And this is fantastic. Here we are, Sunday morning, September, start of what is the virtual Newquay Fish Festival 2020. I'm on the balcony of the Harbour Fish and Grill, and we're going to be doing some cooking here with our fantastic chef, Aaron Janes, who's helped us out so many times, not helped us out, been the star of the show, really, at the Harbour Fish and Grill, at the Newquay Virtual Fish Festivals.
Morning, Andrew.
Good morning. We can't do that.
No,
We've got to separate.
It's a virtual handshake. Yes.
Virtual handshake. We're trying to abide. We will abide with all the COVID restrictions. So we've put everything on the online. We've asked people to take part. Welcome to all those guys who are actually cooking along with us. They've had their boxes from Fresh Point, our wonderful veg people in town. They
How many do you
delivered them.
think we got?
I don't know, really.
Maybe they'll let us know. Maybe they'll let us know.
We've put the menu out on our Fish Festival website.
Good.
So here it is. We've got it here in front of us. Should you not know
I better
what
get it
you're
right
cooking, you better get it right, because I hope people are going to be watching.
Okay,
and they're going to see. So these are the things. So we've got two menus, two recipes.
Okay, we're going to start off with a moule mariniere, the Harbour way. Okay. So what we have, we got some mussels. When I say local mussels, they're from St Austell.
Brilliant.
I believe they're the best, in Cornwall. So these are the bad boys that we're going to be using. They've been washed and debearded. Okay, what I mean by debearded, all the hairs have been taken off them, so they're nice and clean. Okay, so that's not going to taint the sauce at all. Okay,
right.
so
saying to people, if they won't close when lightly squeezed, then you shouldn't use them.
Exactly.
Is that right?
I mean, there's a couple of things you've got to look for. You've got to look in weight. Okay. I mean, if they're very light, then obviously they're going to be very weak. Okay.
Sure.
Also, if they won't close when you tap them.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't use them.
Okay.
But go to your fishmongers. Don't try and use the ones on the beach. I mean, they're not pasteurized, and they're open. With the tide.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, they're exposed to daylight and stuff. So again, from your
a reputable.
Yeah, Rawls is good.
Yeah,
in
Gareth
town.
has been
Gareth is
supplying
pretty
loads of years, isn't he?
Unbelievable. Okay, so they're the ones I'm going to be using for today. I mean, I've got enough portion now. I'm not going to use all those, but I just wanted you to show, that's the sort of bags that you would get, that size bag. I'm going to use half of those for one portion, so I think that would take it substantially for you and your
Okay, because we say about 200 grams, is that about right?
Yeah, that's about right,
Yeah. No, that's
so
fine.
I'm going to use those. I'm going to use some, the ingredients that I use is nothing alien, okay?
Right.
To the average Joe Blocks. And the only reason why I do that is because I don't want to blind people with science.
Okay.
I'm going to just use typical lovely ingredients which you can just marry together. Do you know what I mean, Andy?
I know, it's got to be simple, hasn't it?
Yeah,
well, not
exactly.
simple, but...
Okay, so what we got, we just got some shallots.
Right.
I'm going to show you how to prepare the shallots in a second. Just some flat leaf parsley. I think it's better than curly parsley. It's just got more of a fragrant flavour to it, and it's got a little citrus taste to it as well. Just some prep garlic that the boys have done for me, because it's a nightmare to try and peel in front of everyone. And just some lemon. I've never add lemon to be honest with you, Andy, when I cook with fish, I never add lemon to the actual mussels themselves. I think it just toughens them up. I just let the customer add that.
Decide what they want. The best. Yeah. Because everybody's palate is different, isn't it? You've got it, but it's always a question of tasting, isn't it? And seeing what you think you need to make it the best.
Yeah. And then I'm just going to use some Chardonnay wine or a little bit of wine.
Yeah.
And just some basic vegetable oil. No endorsements with Celtic Fishing Game. They've been brilliant to me this summer.
They've been good.
All right, they've been really good.
Brilliant.
So, as you can see, brilliant. Right, so what we're going to do, listen, this is induction, okay? Normally I just use gas.
I know. Okay? We all brought up on it, weren't we?
Yeah, so this, I haven't used one of these since the last
when
festival.
You did the cooking last year.
Right, so we're going to try and see what we can do. I'm not going to turn that on now because that's really quick instant
heat. Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to prep some shallots.
Okay. Yeah.
So to cut the shallot, cut it lengthways. So it's got the skin on, obviously. So keep the root away from you.
Yeah.
Andy. All right. So when you cut through the shallot, you cut lengthways.
Right.
Through the shallot. Okay, like so. Take the tip off. Take the tip off. You got the bin for me. Okay, and then all we're going to do is just peel the shallots nicely away and leave it with the root on. The reason why you leave the root on here, because this is where, or when it makes you cry, This bite here is going to make you quite.
And it also makes it easier when you chopping.
Exactly.
It doesn't all fall apart.
That's
but that's a good tip for people when they're doing onions, isn't it? To keep the root on.
Keep the root on. Okay, I'm going to use 2.
Yeah.
Okay. Same again. So if you didn't see it the first time, here's the second time. So the root away, cut the shallot lengthways.
Yep. And of course, we're going to be putting this menu, we're going to be putting all of this video that we're recording, and that's going to go onto our website as well. So they're going to see you in perpetuity, showing them how to cook a moule marinière.
I mean, the thing about this, Andy, right, you could simply, if you were doing a dinner party, you could get the onions cooked off nice and easy, quickly, you know, early. So you could have a little pot of cooked off onions, okay, in butter and oil.
Yep.
Add the garlic to it. So you've got a little. So if you were doing the mussels, you know, say at a dinner party, you'd have them all ready, like a little confit, which is slow cooked, into the pan. In go your mussels, and you know it would save you a lot of time, so you can spend some more time with the party.
Of course.
I mean, brilliant outside. If you were doing a party outside as well on the barbecue, you could do this on the barbecue.
It's just prep,
brilliant. Yeah, it's all about preparation. We always
mise en place, as they say.
Yeah, or you know, prepare. Yeah, fail to prepare, prepare to fail.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That's what we always say.
And what about if you were to add any other ingredients? Could you add sort of chili or ginger and make it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're just going for a classic.
A classic,
yeah. You know, you could add curry, red peppers.
Yeah.
You know, or fennel. I love fennel and tarragon. And in the dish, which we're going to do later, you know, we're going to show some, you know, real classic, you know, Mediterranean style flavors in. You know, well, that's what we're going to do.
Okay.
But I mean, it's a classic French dish. But I'm going to, you know, the difference is I'm going to add a little bit of cream to mine. Okay, where a classic dish doesn't. Okay.
Right. Okay.
I mean, just basically because you know, as a preference, you know, I like using the cream, so that's the reason why. Okay,
but you don't look. You look good on not using a lot of cream, by the way.
I know. Well, yeah. I mean, to be honest with you, the last 6 weeks has been pretty hard.
Oh, you've been busy, haven't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Great. Okay. So we got the 2 shallots. Okay, and we're going to show you how to cut the shallots. So keep the roots away from you. Okay. Nice sharp knife. Believe it or not, the sharper the knife, the better. Yeah. Okay, because you don't want a blunt knife.
No. That's where most of the accidents are with a blunt knife, aren't they? Because it slips and.
Yeah. And you know, believe me, I've cut myself many a time. Yeah. So what we're going to do, we're going to come through the shallot, but as we come through the shallot, if you can see, we've kept it on the root. You see that? So we cut through it. I'll show you again. So yeah, basically fanning it. Okay. Okay. Do it again. All this bit here, I'm just going to. It's a bit woody.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just going to discard that at the end. Okay. So show you again. As I cut my hand. Okay. So come through.
And you can do this with an onion, the same.
Oh, yes.
You see it all the time, don't you?
Yeah.
On the chefs.
Yeah, nice. And what we do in the kitchen, Andy, we just have it all ready.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier. I mean, as I was saying earlier, you know, get yourself all ready, you know, prepped up.
It's all prepped.
Yeah. So then we come through, Andy, and then we just come straight down.
Okay. You know, and you can see how sharp your knife is because it's taking no effort whatsoever to go through that onion, and it's just easy. There's no pressure. You're not putting any pressure on that at all.
So, like I said, we've come through the shallot that way. Now we're going to go through the shallot this way, just the once.
And of course, we all should be cutting away from us, but in lots of instances, when you're cutting veg, you do have to cut close to you, don't you?
Yes. Yeah. I mean.
And you can see the size of the onion the shallot as he's chopping it up.
And hey, if you feel like you don't think you can do this, okay, you can buy the shallots already chopped up.
Can you?
You can buy them. You can buy shallots in the supermarkets because all these guys who are going to be doing this in the long run, if they want to repeat it, they'll be going to the supermarket to buy it. And you can buy shallots and things like that.
But for the purposes of what we're doing, we're using all the freshest veg we can. We're trying to use all local Cornish ingredients because that's what you pride yourself on here.
Absolutely.
You get everything from about 20 miles away, is that right?
I would say that, And the fish that I use, 95%, well, 90%, let's be fair, comes straight out of the harbour here. So my menu is written by what the guys bring in.
Fantastic.
Sometimes the menu doesn't change for a day or so because obviously the tides. And the boys will bring in the fish later on, and the lobsters, etc.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'd say 90% of it comes there. I mean, I have prawns on my menu. I make paella. So you had it the other night.
Yeah.
So, you know, I can't get prawns from here, so I try and use crayfish and things like that. So you know, instead. But yeah. So
well, that's what you pride yourself.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
I think most of the restaurants around are trying to do that as much as possible.
I'm in a great advantage that it is literally on my door. I mean, the restaurant is full, and you can imagine the restaurant is full, and the fishermen will come in with buckets, and it's exciting because it literally is plate to plate.
Yeah.
The boys are, and it's hard work for the boys.
And boat to plate as well.
Boats to plate, exactly. But and it's really good for the
local economy, isn't it?
Yeah, and for the customers to see this is how fresh it is. I mean, so that's what we pride ourselves on. So, okay, so if you can see,
I'm talking too much.
Don't worry about it.
Am we all right? Well, what else could you have here on a Sunday morning?
I'm not joking, Andy.
It's fantastic,
I am
isn't
burning.
it? It is hot.
I'm sat here. I'm burning. I should have put sun cream on beforehand.
We would have done this live had it been not for the fact that all the new restrictions have come into place. I know they're starting tomorrow, but we just felt it was only right that we should do this today. And hence the reason we were going to be live, but now we're doing filming. Yeah. So I think it works, and we like doing this anyway. And it's lovely and sunny. You'd imagine here at 7 o'clock tonight, we could have been blown away.
Oh yeah, for sure. Okay, so so if you have a look, all the onions, or the shallots rather, all cut the same size. There's a reason why I've cut them all the same size, is so they'll cook all at the same time. Yeah. So
good answer.
When they're in the pan, you don't want a big old piece of onion which is going to be raw, or shallot which is going to be raw, and everything else is going to be overcooked. So you keep it all the same size. Okay.
Okay.
I mean, it's an art to do it, but I mean, practice makes perfect.
Well, they all say about a chef, isn't it? It's your knife skills are one of the most important things that you look for when you're taking on new chefs. Can they cut something up to the level that you want?
Do you know what I do, Andy? I get them to make batter. That's the first thing I do, because it's just 2 ingredients. If they can just get that right.
Yeah, yeah. I can tell you stories about that one. We've done fish festivals where I've asked chefs, what can we do with all this? And they haven't got a clue how to make a batter.
Anyway,
so
won't go into that one. So we've got to prep garlic. Okay, so we'll get all your stuff ready. So there you go. So I'm gonna the way I've cut the shallot, I'm gonna cut the garlic exactly the same way. Okay, so the roots away.
Could you use one of these presses, garlic presses? Would that be, or do you not? Are you
it's good. But what happens? It bruises, and what happens is, okay, once it bruises, it will go bitter very quickly. So the garlic press is okay, but I mean, for satisfaction.
For speed.
Yeah. And I'm going pretty slow actually here, Andy, to be honest with you.
I was watching. I just thought, is this your normal speed or?
No, it's not. But I mean, for
purposes of what we're filming.
So okay, so I've just chopped it up nicely. I'm going to add some salt. When you add a little bit of salt to the garlic, it has 2 things. What it does, it extracts oils. Okay, if you put salt on your tongue, Andy, what happens?
It goes dry.
No, it doesn't.
It
brings moisture out. Okay, so if you salted a cucumber, if you salted anything, it extracts the liquid. So that's what I've done. So I've added a little bit of salt, and then I'm going to use it.
Okay.
Just to make a paste. So
you're using the back of the knife, ladies and gentlemen. Don't use the front of the knife because you might cut yourself. So just be careful when you're doing this.
Okay, so all I'm going to make is just a little rub with the salt.
It takes a bit to get to know how to do that, doesn't it?
It does, but again,
it works.
Fresh garlic paste is amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so there we go. So there's your 2 ingredients.
But you could use one of the squeezers.
Yeah, I mean, it's good stuff. Right.
Okay.
Yeah, a squeezer. If you don't want to do that,
use a squeezer.
Yeah, but if you don't have one, that's good. Okay. Right, so we're going to turn this on.
And like all good induction hoods, you can never see what's happening. You've got to put your hand in there and you think, oh, crikey, that was quick.
It's all right. Yeah.
Is that going?
That's warm already. Okay, so a little bit of oil.
Yep.
Okay. Don't go crazy. You don't want it all greasy.
Nope.
So just put like half a teaspoon. Okay, get that going.
Just ordinary vegetable oil.
So what we're going to melt the butter. Once the butter and the oil come together, almost like a foam, I'm going to start adding the shallots. Okay.
Yep.
The shallots won't take long to cook.
Nope.
Okay, so, and then once that starts to cook down, I'm going to add the garlic. Okay.
It is a very quick meal. I mean, we're padding it out because we're talking, aren't we, basically? 5 minutes, you'd have got all that done.
Yeah. Okay, so get that heated through. The thing about these inductions, if you take it off, it stops.
I know. You've got to be... They're great, fantastic. But they do have some...
Okay, so if you have a look, it's coming together now.
Okay.
Okay. It's salted butter. Okay.
Yep.
So I'm just going to slowly.
And of course, Cornish salted butter.
It is, and it's Cornish sea salt as well.
Okay.
Okay.
So whose butter are you use? Trewithen.
Trewithen. I'm using Trewithen.
Yeah, I mean they've taken the market. They're probably the nicest butter around, isn't it?
Yeah.
And their products.
Yeah, it's a great product.
Yep.
Okay, so what I'm doing now, so I'm slow cooking the shallots. Okay, and once they start to go opaque, it won't take long. Okay, and what I mean by opaque, clear, so you know that they're starting to cook properly. Okay. I'm going to start adding the garlic. I won't add the garlic and the shallots at the same time because I don't want the garlic to burn.
Right.
Okay, so as it comes to a little bit more butter.
I mean, a lot of people just put their onion and garlic in together, don't they? And they think that's the right thing. But like you say, garlic doesn't take long, especially if you finely chopped it like you have. It's only going to take the half the time the onions are going to.
Okay, so if you have a look, that's better for me. Okay, so if you see, so the garlic,
yep,
I've taken, and if you have a look, it's taken all the fat. Okay, so if you remember when we first started, what's happened is the shots have taken all the fat. And what happened is if I keep cooking it, it will release it again, but I don't want that.
Okay.
So it's got to the point where, do you see that? It's come together?
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to add the mussels, one portion.
Yep.
Okay.
And this is on the menu here at
all day,
Harbour
every day.
Fish and Grill?
All day, every day.
Every day?
Yeah.
And you can have this as a main course or as a starter, whichever you prefer.
Yeah. Okay, so you can see, if you can, yesterday I bought these pans for the purpose of today. I bought these pans from Sainsbury's yesterday. So, and the reason why I did that is so that if you wanted to get a new pan, you don't have to go to, one of these big industrial places. If I'm using them from Sainsbury's, okay, not that I'm trying to endorse Sainsbury's either, but if I can use them, so can you. You know, and that's the whole idea, is that just keeping it absolutely real to to the household.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah,
so
no,
I will
it
use
does.
them, so why can't I?
Yeah. I mean, the less equipment is more. For you, because you don't want too many pieces of kit that you've got to wash up all the time. That's one of the things.
Now, have you noticed, right? It's still making a sound, right? Once it starts not making that sound, it's gone from frying to boiling.
Yep.
Okay? Because once the mussels start to open, they're full of salt water. Okay? That's a natural salt. Okay? So I don't generally season heavily my mussels. Okay, so as I toss, I turn it off, which is great. It's not what I want to do. Okay, so as you can see, they're just starting to open. Okay?
Yep.
Okay, there we go.
I have a confession to make. I cooked this last night.
You bugger.
I did.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
And I did the next meal.
And how did you get on with it?
Of course, I made it. It was good.
Did you and the wife eat it?
Of course, yes. And I'm here to tell the tale as well.
Okay. So
that, ladies and gentlemen, is just the lifeguards on the beach, just giving us a bit of background noise.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, absolutely. So you can still hear it. Can you still hear that noise? That noise is still it frying. Okay, the shells are frying, and so there's some heat penetrating the mussels, and they're opening the mussels naturally. Okay, I'm not going to, and all I'm doing is agitating the pan just to make sure that they're helping the mussels to open. All right. So,
yep.
Okay, as they're starting to open, they'll release a little bit of liquid, like I said earlier. I'm just going to add a little bit of wine. Yeah, not a lot. Don't swamp it. Nope. Don't drown.
We've said 100 centilitres. Is that about right?
Yeah, I mean, like, we're only doing for one. I mean,
okay.
So, have you noticed it's still frying? I've added the wine.
Yeah.
Okay, but it has. You can still hear that they're still frying because what's happened is the wine is reducing. Okay.
But the shells, are they starting to open up?
Yeah, they are.
And does that mean that they're
starting to cook? Okay. So which is great. I never put a lid on mussels.
Some people.
Because the reason
you're steaming them then.
Yeah, but what happens when you steam things? Okay, it produces liquid. Okay, once it starts to produce liquid, your sauce is going to be just really watery.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's try, instead of doing that, let's try and open the mussels naturally and just reduce the mussels in their own liquor, almost like a fricassee.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
So very last moment, I'm going to add the. Okay. So can you see they're starting to open?
Yeah.
Oh, so excuse me. What am I going to do? Okay, so parsley. I'm just going to add a little bit of parsley because we've added the garlic. Okay. Yep. Your other half doesn't want you to your breath to smell first thing in the morning.
So we put a bit of parsley. And do you find that just takes away the taste of the garlic then?
Yeah, no, well...
Not takes the taste away.
It just enhances it. Yeah, okay. I think it just enhances it. Okay, so if you have a look, so nice chopped part. I've left the stalks on as well. I like the stalks, you know, so I haven't picked it.
No.
Honestly, I've just...
Personal preference,
used the whole thing, yeah. So if you have a look, so what we're going to do, now we're going to turn up, okay, and we're going to finish this dish off, okay? Turn up as high as possible.
So if we're serving this in the restaurant, how long would it take from, you've got all the ingredients pre-pepped. How long?
3 minutes. 3 minutes.
Is that
3
all?
minutes, even if that.
So ideal for a dinner party, really, isn't it? From that point of view, because you could have it all prepped, ready to go.
Yeah.
Go out, glass of wine, cook the mussels off, take them back in, and serve everybody.
That's it.
Perfect.
Okay, I'm going to add the parsley, and I'm going to add the cream. Okay.
And double cream we've got.
Oh, for sure.
Got to be double.
Okay.
And this is where Trewithen come in again to their.
Let me just get this as high as possible.
Yeah. And the reason we're not putting the cream in earlier,
I don't want to reduce too much, and then I'll just have to keep adding cream. And it's just a last finish. It's just a finish. So they coat the mussels. You'll know when it's done properly is when the mussels are slightly coated. Can you see here? How they're coating?
Okay.
Okay. I didn't add too much to start with. I might add a bit more in a second.
And we've got our. What have we got next?
We have. Okay, what? And the next dish or?
No.
Okay. So what we're going to do? I'm not going to season it, but I'm going to taste it.
Taste it. Yeah. Because you've got the salt coming out of the mussels. You've got. Yeah, lovely.
Andy, honestly.
Let's have a flavour.
Does anyone else want to try these? You're more than welcome to try. Okay, they're nearly there. I'm going to add a little bit more cream. Are we all right with Andy?
They're good.
They're good, mate. Aren't they?
Bit more cream, yes. But
okay, and then all I'm going to do is just.
And what would we serve this with? A nice.
Just some good French bread or some some fries. Oh,
yeah.
Moules frites. It's classic in the south of France.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just a big old. I mean, in France, they actually have plastic trays made.
Really.
Honestly, for where to put. I know it's like the old school. So you'd have your glass of wine. Yeah. Well, that's where you put your fries. There's your wine, your Sauvignon Blanc, and there's your mussels, and there's your bread. And it's an actual tray.
Fantastic.
It is.
Fantastic.
I think that's the way forward.
I think it is, yeah. Especially when you've got a day like this. Where else would you be? I mean, you could almost have it for breakfast, couldn't you? Oh. It's got all the ingredients. Moule chips for breakfast. How's that?
Yeah. Okay.
Done?
I think we are. Once they're all open. If they're not open, don't eat them. Okay. Guys? So if you have a look at this. Excuse me. Look at the size of this bad boy. Look at that. Honestly.
Beautiful.
So not overcooked.
And I know all the mussels
beautiful.
that we've
Still
supplied
wet.
For the fish boxes that we've done. They all came from local suppliers. So mussels in Cornwall, they're grown, they're everywhere. So please just use local mussels. Don't go into the supermarkets and buy the frozen ones.
No,
buy fresh.
No, gosh, no.
That's the most important thing. Buy fresh wherever you can.
Okay, so and then we're ready to plate. So we've got a plate over here.
Yeah.
All we're just going to do is just throw them in.
And then your choice, either a lovely crusty French bread or chips or whatever. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put it on the table.
Oh, well, yeah.
We're going to get a nice... What could be better?
There we go.
You speak it. So...
Okay, so what we have Moules Marinière, the Harbour Fish and Grill restaurant way.
Exactly.
Okay, and served with, for me, it will be fried.
Shallots, shown how to chop the shallots up.
Yeah.
We then, very finely, garlic, very finely chopped.
That's
and then we just smoothed it out, didn't we?
Yep.
Just cook those off.
Slow cook them in butter and oil.
Yeah.
Okay, until they're opaque, so they're clear in colour. Okay, and then I added the mussels. And then after adding the mussels, we added, once it started to open, I added a little bit of white wine. Didn't go over the top. Okay, cooked the white wine through. Added the parsley, added the cream, and just reduced. And all we did is just agitate the mussels until they started to open. Just kept prodding them until they started to open. And hey presto, That's it. Just
what a
reduced
dish.
it. And there you go.
Now we would be asking
simple.
everybody to do this, wouldn't we? And I
we
think
would,
we can do that. The crew could always do that and do. Well done, guys. Thank you very much.
What Rick would normally do now, we'd put it on the side. And you guys would eat it help yourself.
Yeah, exactly. I think we could do that. He's done well, hasn't he, ladies and gentlemen? Now, while we're just cleaning down and making sure we get the next recipes, and obviously the seagulls are above us around somewhere. We're just going to tidy up, but in the meantime, we've got some fantastic music for you guys to listen to. So enjoy those who cooked it. Thank you very much indeed.